Hello. We are back with the 11th gate, the gate of ideas, the gate of peace, and we have the philanthropist. This is our fifth line. The fifth line is the universalisation of the hexagram. By the time you get to the fifth line, you realize that the whole nature of having the 11th gate is that how the idea comes out is never up to you. It is always up to the other side because it is the 56 that is manifesting it or expressing it. There is this sense of, I can be very philanthropic. I have a wonderful idea for you. And that can be something that is very beneficial, or it can be something completely heretical. In the exaltation, the motiveless nurturing of the disenfranchised to ensure harmony, philosophic and humanitarian ideals. Philanthropists, in our general understanding, are people who give their money away. These philanthropists are people who must give their ideas away, not in the sense that they get a return for them, but in the sense that they're not using those ideas as their inner authority. They are automatically giving them away as outer authority. And the 11.5 waits for that moment of crisis to bring the practical solution, the practical idea, not for itself, but for the other, to then get the advantage from it. They can be very important ideas, but they can also be dangerously heretical ideas, which won't benefit the collective in any way. The detriment, the withdrawing from direct contact, where giving is a form of defense, giving away ideas out of a sense of insecurity. This is someone who tries to get rid of others with their ideas. Johnny, why don't you go outside and play? They don't get their reward for the idea. They're just giving them away to get rid of the burden, to get the burden away from themselves. You can't help but be insecure somehow when it comes to ideas. Ideas have no substantiation. The abstract process has a nervousness built into it, nervous anxiety that comes from lacking the kind of solid foundation that can never be found in an idea. Remember from the first line that society sees ideas as being attuned. That's the way the hexagram is built. What they would really like to see is that all of those ideas are free and available to them so that they can have the broadest possible selection. We all want variety wherever we can find it. We need to see this selection because then we know there's diversity. We know it, we expect it. Because we don't trust ideas, we'll get one idea over here and then we know we can go somewhere else and get another idea over there, trying to find the one that actually fits. Education is something that must be given away. Knowledge is not something that should be withheld from the collective. That's why the collective wants to know that all the ideas are there. That's why we have such an incredible variety of kinds of information available in the world. The normal, the abnormal, and everything in between. All of it is there. And it's important for us at that experiential level that we see all of that as a possibility in the totality. So the philanthropist is about giving away ideas. On one side, being philosophical, humanitarian, having ideas that may be of value to others, because the most important ideas are those that enable us to share the human experience and be a guide for others. And then on the other side of this are people who end up being philosophical writers. They will share their ideas through books or films, but they don't want personal contact with anybody, which is quite a pragmatic approach in some ways. And this is where we go into the grounding in Gate 12, where the fifth line is called the pragmatist. The fifth line is very practical. And what could be more practical than the pragmatist who shares their ideas with someone in order to be left alone, or who gives their ideas away as outer authority? Always in the right timing, of course, and always when there is a crisis, calling those ideas out. The moon is still in gate 62, the throat center gate in the logical collective circuit. It moves into the throat gate 56 next, and this gives us a channel with the sun. This is the 1156, the channel of curiosity, the design of the searcher. This is not a channel that is designed to find anything. Ideas in gate 11 at one end, well, we know that they lack foundation. They often don't lead anywhere. And in the other end, we have the wanderer in gate 56, wandering, not arriving. This is abstract circuitry. After all, it's all about experience. It's about discovery. There is no goal other than finding peace in the journey. And next, the moon moves into gate 31 at 3:15. Still in the throat, the moon is weaving its way from logic to abstract to logic to abstract. This is the gate of leading, the gate of influence. It's a gate of direction, and it does best when it is showing others how to attain their future goals rather than leading them themselves. This gate can be very influential, of course, but as a projector gate, there must be recognition and invitation. And as a throat gate, the timing is always important. This is a voice that says, I lead. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me for this exploration in the fifth line of gate 58. 58? Not there yet, gate 11. Get ahead of myself a bit. So yes, tomorrow, top of the hexagram. I look forward to seeing you then. Until then, go gently.